Hey YouTube, this is Matthew Morgan coming back to make another video, and this one has to do with human nature and everybody's appearance being so different from one another. Okay, here's the situation. This is kind of why in my other videos I say people being racist is rather stupid. Because everyone's genetics are mixed. And all human life started, as it said, in Africa. But before Africa, there was Egypt and a bunch of other things like that. But here's the situation. You want to hate someone because their skin is darker than yours, or you think you're higher than somebody because your skin is lighter. Or you want to look down on someone because you have more money than they do. Or you want to look, stick your nose up to someone because you're doing better than them. Here's the reality check. First of all, as I said before, if you want to be racist, check your DNA. You'll hate yourself more than the person that you hate. Because I've been watching a lot of stuff on the tube or television in general. And there's been a lot of, how you say, white supremacist people who want to make civilizations for just pure-blooded white people. Well, just to knock down the door on that BS, there's no such thing as a pure-blooded white person. And technically, y'all are not white. You are what you call Caucasian. In other words, which means after your ancestors left Africa, y'all went to what's called the Caucasus Mountains of Europe. Stayed up there, you lived there long enough, and your skin had to adapt to the environment, so your skin cells got colder and colder and colder. The heat left your body, which turned you lighter. Okay? It's not that you're better than anyone, it's just you have very cold skin. That's why it's sensitive to everything. That's why when you get hit or you get sick, your skin changes colors. That's what you call sensitivity. Has nothing to do with you being better than anybody. Has nothing to do with that. And also it has a lot to do with what you eat. Like if you eat a lot of stuff that contains dark color to it, you eat that for so long of a period of time, it will go through your immune system and it'll slowly turn your skin to that color. Basically, the cleaner you eat, the lighter your skin becomes, the worse you eat, the darker your skin becomes. There's a lot of different reasons why people's skin is lighter and darker. Second thing, there is nobody whose DNA is fully one thing. That's not possible because everyone has had everyone's ancestors have had relations with another race's ancestors. It's what you call love or lust, depending on how you deal with it. So all this stuff people want to keep saying about I got superior genetics. Okay, I guess. But as far as this whole racial thing goes, the only reason the racial divide thing even occurred was because Caucasians discovered the fact that they are not what you call superior humans, which they've been wanting to be forever. Finding out the motherland roots are actually Africa and not where they said it is, which is America, I guess. So they did this whole thing where they wanted to take another race and erase the history from the mindset. and make the race think that it was nothing. But yeah. But I find racism rather stupid because all this skin pigmentation difference is your climate, what you eat. That's all it is. Like I said, if you take a person from Egypt or Africa or Haiti or Ghana or anywhere that's in a very hot climate and they stay there for a long time, their bodies have to get used to the climate and their bodies have to also adapt to the climate. So the more they're in that heat, their body starts to absorb the heat, which takes out the cool air, which makes their skin get darker. You put a person of that color, which is dark, into, like, say, Alaska, somewhere cold. You move them there, you keep them there for a long enough period of time, they have to adapt to this situation. Means that their body has to be able to live in that situation. In other words, if you stay in that area long enough, your skin cells will start to absorb that cold air, which will take out the heat, which will make your skin lighter. That's all it is. It's just a temperature difference, man. Like, for example, you eat fish out the water, it makes your skin cleaner, which helps you get a little lighter. Sometimes you might eat too much of something bad for you, like grease or something. It might make your skin darker, depends on how long you eat it. Skin color has a lot to do with what you eat and where you're from. It ain't really no racial anything. It's just temperature. Other thing, currency. Now, I'll just explain to you this way. I said it in a video before, but I'm going to say it again. Money has a value high or low depending on which economy you happen to be living in. So the money of America ain't got the same money as the value of the money in America does not have the same value as the money in France or Switzerland or Germany. The money increases and decreases by the economy. And also there's a barcode on money that's put on there to make the to make the value of money increase and decrease depending on the economy and the stock market and all that. And just to prove it to you, when I was a bit younger, and this was about like 2004, maybe 3, in the gas station, $5 could pretty much buy you the whole store. Literally, you could get like 4 bags of chips, 4 Debbie cakes, 4 Huggies, 4 of them little bags of, Tootsie Rolls or whatever. You could get so much stuff in the gas station with $5 back when I was younger. Nowadays, that same thing, unless you go to a really old store, you can't do that no more. Because the economy done rose everything to help back the economy and its financial dispositions and whatnot. So, just so you know, the value of money can increase and decrease depending on the time period and how things are going with the economy and the stock market and all that. So as far as people getting so uppity about having more or less money than somebody, brother, that money don't mean nothing unless it's needed of some sort of value. Other than that, it's just a piece of cotton with some pictures on it that the value of it can be increased or decreased depending on the time period and where you are. And, oh yeah, if money's even still needed. Because that's the only other reason that money's so highly valued is because people were taught to need it. People were brainwashed to think money is everything, which really is not. It's just a piece of material. It's just some cotton. It's not that serious. But humans done got so brainwashed to think money is everything because that's pretty much the world we live in. It exists around money. So, yeah. Also, the other thing being humans looking up and down on other humans. Just know one thing. The person you look down on today could be the person that you are tomorrow. The person that you don't help today could be that same person that could walk right past you in that same situation tomorrow. The people that you degrade and you neglect, that could actually end up being you tomorrow, probably today. And just please remember, just because you have clothes and shoes that look better than what somebody else has, just understand one thing. At the end of the day, it's material. It ain't gonna last. That's pretty much all I can say. It ain't gonna last. And just to make your subconscious hurt, there is some 5-year-old child and some 100-year-old lady in some foreign country in a sweatshop who's working day and night tirelessly to make all these name brand clothes and stuff that y'all happen to want to fight over. Then they work so long for 10 to 5 cents an hour that once their bodies stop being able to work, they get replaced by somebody else. Or they may end up passing away from that job. Just so you know that. That's why I say people need to, learn to value the little bit of stuff that they have and stop degrading people for what they do and don't have. Because at the end of the day, depending on the value of it, a Payless shoe could outweigh a Jordan, depending on the value. Because the only reason people like Jordans is because of Michael Jordan's career. But if Michael Jordan, sorry for saying his name, because I ain't really supposed to say their names in these videos, so my bad. If certain NBA players or certain people of a certain status wasn't popping, Jordans wouldn't even have no relevancy. And technically speaking, Jordans only have value because people give them value. And people buy sometimes above their means and end up being broke. Then you want to laugh at somebody who's trying to stay where their means are so they have money to do other stuff. Meanwhile, you got these nice Jordans, but you're broke and you're hungry. Yeah. While somebody else got some comfortable Payless shoes who still has money and is living a comfortable life. All that stuff. And the other thing is, since people want to knock people for how they look and how they dress, just understand one thing. The appearance is a test to the eyes of man to see if you ever learn how to get over that, to get to know a person. It's pretty much all it is. And I'm going to say that again. The appearance is just a test to the eyes of man to see if you ever learn how to get over that and get along with people and befriend people and get to know people, not based off what they look like or where they come from, but who they are as a person. And until humanity starts to get that point, you're never going to get over this racism stuff. That's all I'm trying to say. So like I said, if humans want to keep being simple and letting material stuff and images control who you are and how you deal with things, have fun with that. Just know you're going to have a very miserable life. Because if material stuff and money is all that pleases you, you're never going to be happy. Literally, you will never be happy. So with that said, I'm out.